everyone. Good afternoon. 1 second. Okay. Hi, everybody. Sorry I wasn't on this morning. Scheduled it. Things happen. Things happen. See, I'm here now. Let me see who's here. Well, Sophie Queen Cindy and Rolex and Race Cars was here this morning. Piper. Wicked, Sheila, Boomer, Heather Diane, John O'Reilly, Rabbit, Velvet Pixie, Sly, Patty, Genevra, Christina, Deadly, Bliss Chris, hello, Barbie, hello, JJ, D, Sarah with the Q, Nana Banana, hi, hello, Sandra, Wedding Cake, hold on. Sorry. Wedding Cake, Kim, hello, Michelle, UC Love, Brooks Nose, and everybody else. Hi, Selena. I have to say hi to Selena and Coins. Hello, Robert. Hello, my Brooklyn. How are you, my friend? Hi, Lance. Okay. So, John was just live for a couple minutes. You guys know what's going on over there. A great disappointment to a lot of people, to everybody involved, I'm sure. We know it is for everybody over here, right? Rakin is going to be coming up with me in a few minutes and just talk about what happened today. And if you guys have any questions, I'm sure she'll be able to answer them more than me because I wasn't involved in this today. So she'll be up here in a few minutes. She's making her something to eat really quick. Hope everybody's had a nice Friday so far. I did some thinking this morning. Did some thinking. And I'm going to say something. I've told you guys that I have not listened to not 1 minute of any of these lives that Jules has done over the past however many weeks, right? I haven't listened to any of them. I was asked to listen to the one that she did last night. I didn't get through all of it. I didn't even get through half of it. I was asked to listen to her live because I heard that she had lots to say about me. And again, I'm not the one keeping this going because I'm not the one constantly bringing her up. Jules, you assume an awfully lot about me. I've always tried to, I have always tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I've not spoke on your past. I haven't. Your past, your present, I've not spoke on it. I don't feel that your life is my business, right? I don't feel like your past is my business. But since you want to assume about me and my life, I can only assume about yours, right? Same, Sheila, until her live from last night. Cindy, I have no idea. I don't know. Um, I've always told John that I'm not going to make him choose between, he can be friends with who he wants to be friends with, and that's not my business. But Jules, since you want to assume these things about me, when you could have reached out and had a conversation with me at any given time, since you want to assume about me and my life, I'm going to assume that you used to be a whore who your boyfriend pimped out. How about that? That's me. That's my assumptions. I don't know. I don't know. And honestly, I don't give a shit. I honestly don't give a shit. But that's what I'm assuming right now. That's what I'm assuming right now. That you are totally complacent about his role with those women. And I can also assume that you were his jealous girlfriend and turned him in. Am I right about these things? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But that doesn't matter, right? Because you assume about me and you're wrong. So this is me assuming about you. I have nothing to back this up. Nothing to back this up. These are my assumptions. Plus, for you to say I needed to prove to you that I did not get my dog from a puppy mill, I have nothing to prove to anyone, much less an ex-prostitute. That's it. That's it. You can assume, so can I. Is it true? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. But I don't care. Just like you don't care. Just like you don't care. The things you say about me and the assumptions you make about me and saying I needed to prove something to you? Bitch. Same, JJ. And for the record, I don't care who John or anyone else has on panel. I'm grown and refuse to have a fit or make anyone feel bad about who is in chats or on panels. As an adult, we have the choice to leave. Exactly. Exactly. And the same way that everybody got mad at Siwa for having the man in Florida on panel, we won't get mad at John for having her on panel. We were, because we're grown and we're better than that. We're grown and we're better than that. Let me see what you guys are up to, what you guys are saying. And that's all that I have to say to you and about you, Jules. That's it. That's it. Even though you keep bringing me out of your mouth, every time you go live. You're the one that's keeping this going, not I. Not I. The only thing I've said about Jules before today is, I don't know what I did to the bitch. I don't know what I did to the bitch. Besides go live on a Saturday. The money that I made should have went to you. Michelle, thank you. Michelle gifted 5 memberships, y'all. Let me go to my live and see who won the membership. I wish that StreamYard was like Restream and made everything green and showed you who won the memberships. Angela, Lady L, Sandra, Piper, and Lisa W. Good people, all good people. Thank you, Michelle. Cindy is one of my best friends, and I don't even give her shit for who she chooses to have on her chat. I would never do that. Exactly. Hi, Josh. How are ya? That's it. That's what I believe. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because I am more adult than that. I am more adult than to get mad at John for having her and her people back in the chat last night and having her on panel. It's his channel. It's his life. If that's who he wants to be friends with, if that's who he wants in his chat, if that's who he wants on his panel, that is his business. Not mine. Yay, Piper. Where's my Mia's mommy? There she is. Mia's mommy, I love you. And thank you for leaving me those messages the other night. Thank you. Dudley says, I did not say JJ was talking about Jules on your members live. And that's another thing. Jules, you can read all of Kendra's messages between the two of you that you want, but I don't care what it says. I don't care. I don't care. I like Kendra. I know why Kendra does and says certain things because me and her have spoken about things since we've become friends. And I don't care. I don't care. Kendra is allowed in my chat. Kendra is allowed to message me, and Kendra, I need to message you back. But she's allowed here if she wants to be here, and she can message me if she wants to message me. Don't. It's fine. Don't. But she did that because she seen me in John's chat last night saying hi and calling you my friend. That's why she did that. And sorry, guys, hold on. Yeah, it looks like. That's funny. That's funny. Sorry, guys. All because I called her a hypocrite. And I mean, it's whatever. You're welcome, Sophie. I don't care where anyone goes or what anyone does, but I've been attacked for 3 days being called a whore, a bitch. And listen, and I've talked to Deadly about that. I have. I love Mia's mommy. Me and Mia's mommy have been through a whole lot together, and I don't like my friends being called names. And I don't know what happened to cause all this between you and Dudley, but I wish that you guys could talk and kind of work something out. And I'm not, Piper. I'm not letting that happen. I'm not. I heard people were mad about that. And as I told John himself this morning, we can have anyone he wants on panel. I would be a huge hypocrite if I were to get mad at anyone for who they chose to speak to. And I told John this morning I wasn't mad about it. No, I wasn't mad that she was there. Not at all. What did Bliss Chris say? Oh no, Bliss Chris. I'm so sorry. I know, Angela. I know. But like I said, Rakin will be up here in a few minutes. She's grabbing her something to eat. She's had a long morning, long day. Hi, Colin. How are you? I admit hearing disgusting things said about females has me wondering how some manage that. Yeah, I talk to Debly. I do. Hi, Zeus. How are ya? Zeus, I messaged you back. I had a question for you. Hi, videos. Why can't you all just get along and move on to good content instead of all this childishness? People can be friends with whoever they want. And I agree, videos. I agree with that. I agree. And this is my one and only time speaking about Jules. She keeps this up. She keeps this going. I know you're not, John. I know. I know you're not. And we love you. And we are just saying that we're not, us over here, we're not putting you in a certain place. I'm not mad at you for anything at all. Hold on, Zeus. I couldn't tell you how to do it unless I tried it myself. I'm one of those people. Okay. When you go to your main messaging page, Zeus, on Instagram, the person's name, hold their name and slide it to the left, and it'll say like mute or unmute or whatever. You should be able to fix it that way. Hi, Black Swan, my friend. No, and I haven't, and I won't. I haven't, and I won't. But like I said, I told John this morning I was not mad at him for anything. Excuse me. I need to get a drink of water. But I just, I know, Tiff. She was. She was. She was. Hold on. But yeah, I wish that Deadly and me as mommy could talk and work something out. But if you can't, just ignore each other, please. That goes for Deadly too. Excuse me. But Jules, you can do all the panels that you want about puppy mills and whatever you want. At least you'll be doing some sort of content. And I did not get this puppy from a puppy mill. I know what a puppy mill looks like. I got Sophie from a puppy mill. I did not realize this until I got there to pick her up. That's when I realized it was a puppy mill. And I'd be damned if I was going to leave that little puppy there. Because I get there and they say they're thinking about keeping her. Oh, no, you're not either. This puppy is not staying in this environment. And I gave that dog the best 6 years that she would ever have with anybody else. This puppy did not come from a puppy mill. And I don't have to prove a fucking thing to you. Okay? This puppy did not come from Amish people. It didn't. She didn't. And I also didn't get her from Lancaster. But see, if you would have a conversation with me before you continuously run your mouth about me, you wouldn't have to make these assumptions. And you can be disgusted with me all you want to, that's fine. It's not bothering me. It's not. I am sick of you continuously bringing me up and then saying, I'm the one keeping this going, when I haven't spoke on you before today, other than saying, I have no idea why the bitch is mad at me. Move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. Same, JJ. Same. You have to have some kind of feeling for somebody in the first place to have hate for them. Me and Jules were never friends. Why she started coming in my chat after I got those strikes taken away? I'm sure it was to make Maria and Ann and all of them mad that Jules was in my chat. I was the stupid one for not blocking her then. That's me. That's my bad. That's my bad. And I agree, Black Swan. What kind of let's use my Sophie for an example. What kind of person would I be if I go to pick up a puppy and see the horrible conditions, realizing that it's a puppy mill, and turning around and coming back home and leaving without that dog? What kind of a it would break my heart. I wouldn't be able, I could not have left Sophie there. I couldn't have. I couldn't have. I don't know who could. I don't know who could go to pick up a puppy, realizing that it's a puppy mill, and turning around and saying, nah, I'm good. You can keep that dog. I'm good. If that's what you would do, Jules, that says more about you than it does anybody else. Okay. Again, I know what a puppy mill looks like because I got Sophie from a puppy mill. And that's not the kind of situation this dog came from. It's not. So you can do your little expose on puppy mills and Lancaster and whatever you want to do. Eat your fucking heart out doing it. Eat your heart out. Eat your fucking heart out. See, there you go, Brooks Nose. Brooks Nose says absolutely not. That's considered a rescue at that point. Same happened to us. We got the puppy and turned their ass in. Would always wonder when she was going to treat you like that again. Not worth it. You deserve better. I agree. JJ is a wonderful person and an amazing friend. And she doesn't, of all people, JJ does not deserve to be treated that way. And just because she says it, it doesn't make it true. Exactly. If it didn't come from a puppy mill, prove it. I'm not proving a motherfucking thing to you. Not a motherfucking thing. Thank you, Mia's mommy. Thank you. She's asleep here on the couch beside me. How she's sleeping right now through me speaking loud like this, don't know, but she is. And at the end of the day, Jules, us getting rid of that English bulldog was more of a safety issue than anything else. I didn't give that dog away to get this dog. No, didn't work that way. It's not how it worked. You don't know. Nobody knows how long that dog has been gone from here before I brought this one in. Again, because if somebody didn't come in my chat and ask about Lizzie, I didn't have to be honest. I didn't have to be honest. I could say, oh yeah, she's in the backyard. She's just fine. No, but I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. I was alone with that dog from the time she woke up until, my husband, well, then my husband was getting home about 6:30 in the evening. Okay, it was me all day long, and nobody else. It became, when that dog started acting the way she was, trying to be dominant towards me, because again, I'm the only one she saw all day long. And the night that she lunged at me, growling, showing her teeth, because I told her it was time to go to bed. Everybody was going to bed, so you got to go too. And my husband happened to be standing right there and kind of dodged her from lunging at me, and my husband got bit instead of me. It became a safety issue. Now, I don't know how it is in other parts of the country, but here in the South, when a dog bites, a dog draws blood, tastes blood, they get put down. They get put down. They don't get rehomed. So again, your assumptions about me, you can fuck all the way off. I'm sick of it, Brooks knows. I am sick of it. I know that. I know that. Hey, Siwa. How are ya? I sent you a message earlier, but it's now in void. Never mind that message now. But I'm glad you're here. You can't stream for a week. Why does she even care about your dogs? Good question, Deadly. Good question. She's anything but innocent in this. And Drazo talking about me and Deadly this morning at 6 a.m. on his fucking live. I don't know, maybe it was earlier than that. I don't fucking know. It's enough. And that's the bottom line. I never said I was into rescue, by the way. I don't know where the fuck that came from. I never said I was into rescue. I said all of my other animals in the home are rescues, except this one. Except for this one. Except for this one. Got Fat Willie as a kitten. My friend found him and his sister on the side of the road, on the side of a busy street. She picked them both up. I took him. She took the sister. Mia, my other cat, somebody dumped her in the woods across the road from my house. I listened to that kitten cry all day long one day. And I was like, I kept telling my husband that poor kitten's mama has to be coming back. No mama ever came back, so I'm assuming somebody dumped her over there. So I got some food and coaxed her out of the woods and brought her in the house and made sure she was safe and healthy, and she's still here. Piper. There, hey, Piper. Yes, I'm talking about you. My friend's mother called me in tears one day, asked me to take Piper because she was too old and could not take care of her anymore like she needs to be taken care of, and says that she knows that I will give that dog the best home that it could possibly have. Roomy outside, my cat that always comes to say hello during the day. He's also a rescue. Lizzie. I didn't pay a fucking penny for her. Not one penny for her. It was also a rescue situation. Out of all of these animals I have around here, the only one that I have paid any type of money for was this new puppy. Oh, did you? It didn't come up. See what? No. Oh, wait, hold on. Thank you. I just seen that in the emails. Thank you, Siwa. Thank you. That's it, because she has nothing else to say. Because I've not done anything to the bitch. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm nice, not stupid. I treat people accordingly and allow a lot of mess ups because we're all human. This, though, nah, fuck that. As I said, I'm nice, not stupid, and my self worth is healthy. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And Jane Lee, that's what I've built my chat on. Welcoming and fair. My chats don't look like other chats. Tell you that. Right, Bliss Chris? Definitely not shit talking people before 7 a.m. Exactly. She could have at least asked you, JJ. She could have asked you, hey, are you and Sophie's members live over there talking shit about me? No, she didn't do that. And see videos? That's what I've tried to do. That's exactly what I've tried to do. But when I was asked to listen to her and I didn't even get through it all. I didn't. I didn't get through it all. I had to postpone my live for this morning, drive 30 minutes down the road and meet my husband. And on that 30-minute ride, that's what I listened to for 30 minutes. And it's hell no. Hey, Rakin.
Hey,
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I like
Am
your
I too
picture.
loud?
No, you're not. Not at all.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
Not at
How
all.
are you doing? Hey guys.
Mhm.
I'm so bummed
Everybody's
that that
been
got.
waiting for you to come up here to tell for your tell all of today.
Yeah, it was. Well, first of all, I'm disappointed that it got continued until
I know.
August. That that sucks.
I know.
Um,
Why August 30th? I don't know.
yeah, that I can't. When was it originally filed? I can't even remember.
It's, September, October of last year. I think it was like around the beginning of October of last year.
So it's going on a
And
year.
it was, rescheduled like every 2 weeks or for the next month until February. And then it jumped from we I did my testimony in February. March,
Mm-hmm.
the judge couldn't be there, and
That's
then it
right.
was postponed from March to today.
Yeah,
And I don't
Anna, because
understand it.
Anna was the last person on the last hearing, and then she was
Mhm.
finishing today.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, and I mean, it didn't even start until like 10 today.
Mm.
So it already got a late start today. And honestly, I didn't expect to be called so early
I
today.
didn't either. When
I
you had messaged me and told me that you're finished, I'm like, "Oh, wow, that was quick."
Yeah, so I don't think Anna Cross had a whole lot of questions for her,
Right.
um, because I don't remember what I think I was doing something with my makeup maybe. But all of a sudden I was like, "Oh shit, that's me." So, but yeah, I mean it started off with John's attorney, asking me questions. Um I really like his attorney. I really
I
do.
do too. I
Um
do too.
yeah, same. And a lot of it was, like to be frank with you, a lot of it was like what was contained within those group chats or text
That's what I
messages or
was wondering. That's what I was
what I
wondering.
witnessed. Yeah.
Mhm.
And even um well, let's see. Rye was sitting in the office with me, so he could hear me talking, and he was like, "Oh my God, you're quite feisty with her attorney," like giving it back to him.
He was
Um,
an
on
he's an asshole, man.
Was he an ass to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Um,
Yes.
but I mean, I know how attorneys can be. He didn't phase me. He didn't shake me at all.
I mean,
But
he didn't phase me or shake me. It was just like, wow, this man's an ass. And I need to say something. It's like he would ask me questions that had to do with YouTube. And then he started asking me personal questions about my life, like questions that Maria wanted to know for herself. Just like Anne said that they were going to do to Jules,
hmm
they did that to me. And the judge didn't go for that at all.
that's he didn't ask me any personal question. That's interesting. But I mean, I guess the most memorable, or I guess the most intriguing part is his line of questioning was, I don't know what his point in or what his strategy was for it, because I don't know how it helped. Like, for instance, he asked me like, is it fair to say, or is it true that um you reached out to Maria to tell her about how you felt about the harassment towards John, and you like I initiated the text to her. And my first immediate thought was, "You fucking idiot," because and I said, no, actually, she texted me, and she sent me pictures that she was inside the home while the sheriff was trying to serve her with the TPO,
Oh, yeah,
and she was evading."
yeah.
And I'm like, "Does he not like what is like, why would you ask me that? Because you just set
Mhm,
yourself up for the wrong answer."
mhm.
Like, what? But and then he was, I don't know, he seemed kind of bothered with that answer, but um
Well,
I mean, that's what happened. Like, that's at the very start of her text to me, were the pictures of, and she's like, "I'm not opening the door." And I'm, then why are you saying to me, is it true that you
right.
text her first about John harassing her? And I'm like, "No, that's not correct." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I don't know what he's getting." And then he was like pressuring me about like, um, you know, about John calling Danielle Jabali a cunt. And I'm like, "I don't know anything about that." And he was like, acting as if I know. And I'm like, "I don't fucking know. I don't know about that. I wasn't around for that." And he's like, "When does John stream?" And I'm like, it varies. He doesn't have a set schedule." And he's like, "Well, does he stream on weekends?" And I'm like, "Well, it depends. He doesn't have a set schedule." It's like, "Do you know what days he streams?" And it's like, it varies. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say he doesn't have a set schedule. Like,
Mhm.
it really depends. And he's like, "So you're saying that you don't know anything?" And I'm like, "That's not what I'm saying." I said, there's things that, I mean, he does not have a set schedule. I it could be various times. And he's like, "So how many hours a week do you think that you watch John's YouTube?" And I'm like, well, that varies as well. It depends on what I'm doing, like how long his streams are. It's they're not consecutively an hour, or, that's kind of an open-ended question. Um, and he's like,
And you want
oh,
to know
so
something weird? He
hmm,
was asking me the same sort of questions about Maria and her life schedule and how often I watch her and all of that. And it was like I kept answering these questions kind of like you are. Well, it depends on how often she goes live. It depends on what I'm doing. It depends, you know? So it's kind of funny that he's out doing the same thing with you and John. So go ahead, keep going.
oh, that's interesting. But I couldn't figure out, like, where is he going with this? Like
Hmm.
trying to figure out what he's trying to get at. And
Right,
he's like, "Oh, so like, you don't know, or you don't know what you're doing or anything like that." And at that point I was like, "I don't know. I was probably washing my hair." And that's literally what I said. And he goes, "Oh, your hair looks nice, by the way." And I was like, "Thanks, so does yours." And John's lawyer was like, "Your Honor, he's something, whatever." He was kind of out of line or something like that. And
right,
the judge kind of told him he was out of line. But I mean, keep asking stupid fucking questions that I've already said I don't know.
right.
But and then he kept trying to show me screenshot. Do you remember this text? And honestly, I couldn't remember the text exactly, because the things that I remember the most with Maria, because we didn't talk that much in text, but the thing I remember the most about my communication with her was that she would be like, "John's live, can you record? John's live, can you record?" And of course the evading. And I didn't want to answer that incorrectly. So I just said, I'm not sure, Um, I would rather say that than lie.
Right.
Um, and so he's like, "Would you rather me show that?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, sure, show me." And so he tried to pull the exhibit up on the screen, and I couldn't see shit. I couldn't see anything. But everybody else could see it. That's the weird
That's
thing.
strange.
I had a thing across my screen that said something about a breakup room, like waiting on assignment. And
Hmm.
after I was done and I got off, I even asked Ryan, I was like, "Did you see anything on my screen?" Because he could see my screen, you know? And he's
Yeah,
like, "No, I didn't see anything when they were trying to show you." And
that's strange.
I had the opportunity 2 or 3 times to say um, that Maria has doxed me. There, immediately after um, that, there's a Reddit account that was created using my mother's name. There's My family has been contacted. She posted my son as a minor twice, and I indicated that I am looking into doing the same process that John is doing currently. Um, and I, her attorney said, what did he say? He said, "So you indicated when you were testifying," this is with John's lawyer that I first mentioned it. And he goes, "So you indicated that you were looking into taking the same legal action that John has. But you haven't yet, correct?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't, not yet." And I indicated how she received a call from police, and she immediately decided to announce that in a live, and that was a fake call, and she's not taking it seriously. And in fact, she continued to um, state that it was a fake police officer after the fact, and has not stopped that. And I said, even just as recently as this last week, she has continued doxing. And I said that I had to privacy strike it. Then she went and proceeded to post it again. I had to privacy strike that one, and she posted it again, and I had to privacy strike it for a third time.
Mm-hmm.
And she has no self-control.
She doesn't. She
So,
doesn't.
and then I don't even know how, I can't remember how it got brought up, but I mentioned the guns, and I mentioned the photos of, I said that she has no respect for the legal system.
Mm-hmm.
About how I think John's attorney had asked me if she has uh, continued to talk about John since she was served. I know that I was asked if she knew that she was not supposed to be speaking on him. And I said, yeah, immediately after she was served, it was discussed in the group chat, which I provided evidence of, that she acknowledged that he has a stipulation in his TPO, um, that she's not supposed to be speaking on him or cyber harassing, cyber stalking him. Um, and it's continued ever since. And they asked about if I've witnessed any witness intimidation. Oh, that's what it is. I was asked about intimidation, if I have witnessed any of John's witnesses being um, harassed or intimidated, and I said yes, I'm one of them, and
Yeah.
that's how we got into what happened with me. And so anyways, mentioned the group chat was formed after she was served, and she acknowledged in the group chat that she uh, noticed the stipulation had a clause in it that hers does not, and I provided the evidence of it. I indicated, let me try to think of what else. Uh, Let me think. What else? Oh, I stated that she has no respect for the legal system because it has not stopped her from
Not one bit.
nope, not one bit. It has not stopped her from continuing to talk about John or post about him, post about his witnesses, um, you know, harassing them, and that she has no respect for the court, because as the last hearing was going on, she was taking pictures. Maria and two of the witnesses had posted pictures of their computer screens. Maria, in particular, posting one of them with her twin sister on the stand. And the judge, as I was ending, or as I was done, said that if there is proof of this happening, Um, she wants the evidence of it because she will charge people with contempt of court.
Yeah.
And luckily, I have that.
Right. Hi, Anna. Anna says that she told the judge too about taking pictures of Anna and passing them around while she was doing her testimony. She's in the chat.
Yep. Hey, Anna.
Well, good. Then that kind of
So,
proves if two of you say it
mm-hmm.
and you're not nowhere close to each other at the same time while you're saying it, then, it would kind of prove
Well, and
it.
I was logged in at the same time as Anna was testifying. So,
Right.
but yeah, I don't. Oh, and there's one point, like the attorney kept pestering me about this, how often John streams on YouTube and all the same. He just would try to word it, and
Word it
I'm not
differently
I'm
to
not
try to
I'm
catch you
not
up or
fucking
something.
stupid.
Right.
Yeah, and then, you know, at one point I said to him, I was like, "This is argumentative." So, And John's lawyer, was asking me originally several questions, and her attorney really liked objecting to stuff. I don't know. I don't know if he was afraid of what I would say or if he got a heads up about. I mean, I'm sure he got a heads up about me, but
Probably.
he really. And then I got to the point where I started kind of pausing before I'd answer because he was objecting so much.
Mhm.
And one time I was pausing waiting for him to object because he objected to the last question, and the judge said to just reword it a little bit. And so her attorney or his attorney went to reworded it, and I was just waiting just to see if he was going to object. And then he objected and said that uh I I was not answering. And I was like, I was waiting for you to object.
Right. Right.
So
People were asking if you know why it was continued again,
I have no
because it is
idea.
kind of
I did not
kind of
expect
early
it.
in the afternoon for him to stop. You know.
Yeah, I have no idea why it was. No clue.
That's
But
strange.
yeah, a
You
lot of
have no
my testimony was based around that group chat.
good.
With it sucks that it was continued, but at the same time, like this just gives me and John more time to comb through it.
Yeah. See what else you can find in there. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It might be a silver lining in all of
Well,
this.
cuz I know that Brooke was waiting.
Hmm.
So, now I have time to go through the group chat.
Yeah, that plus I've been given a heads up on where some more stuff is at about her too, so I can go through that stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, Sheila, it's more money. It is. I mean, and it sucks, but we have to kind of at this point look at things on the couple bright sides that we have. Hi, Sweaty. Hi, Anna. Hi,
I mean,
whatever.
I
So
said that if they want to recall me back, do it.
yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually waiting today to see if I was going to be called back, but
Yeah.
hi, pretty bird. How are you?
But yeah, I think I feel like I did okay. I mean, John's lawyer didn't really need to object as much or too much with me. I mean, either it's because I was handling it just fine myself. I mean,
Hmm.
I held my own pretty well. I'm not stupid when it comes to this kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, I mean, I was nervous, a little nervous, because I was like, I didn't expect to be the very first one to be called, and I was. So
mhm,
I was a little nervous because I'm not used to this sort of thing.
mhm,
But after everything was over, John called me and was like, "You did so good," and I was like, "Well, thank you. I didn't think I did that great, but thank you."
yeah,
Let's see. Stephen says maybe since the Angela incident happened, the judge realized that John is John Yates and his ruling might make the news. If I was the judge, I'd be careful about setting precinct. I don't know. I don't know.
President.
Possibly.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, the judge, she's she seemed really nice.
Yeah, she did. She seemed really
She's pretty.
nice.
Yeah, I liked her.
Stinky says, I suppose a continuation is better than a denial. Yeah, because I was late coming into
Mhm.
John's live. Well, he was on live 5 minutes, but I was like a couple minutes late, and he had his screen on and he was crying. I'm like, oh God, what happened? So I rewound and I was like, okay, it was just a continuation. Kind of freaked me
Yeah.
out there for a second.
Yeah, and when I texted you and you said to call you, I was gonna call you, but then I was trying to look for some stuff,
Yeah, it's cool.
because I got a glimpse that Brooke was gonna be testifying, so I was
Uh-huh.
on like a hunt to try to look through my stuff.
Right.
So,
Hey,
I was like, oh, I could.
it was continued again until August the 30th. They don't go back to court until August the 30th. JJ says, I've never heard of it taking a year for an RO case. Also, fuck the stalker waiting. Let her wait to tell the court why she has done what she has done as a medical professional. Agreed.
Maybe by the time that August 30th rolls around, we can get Siwa some sort of justice started. Um,
Right.
I can tell you that I'm at my wit's end with some of these people, and
Yeah.
I said that,
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing something myself. So,
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Susie, I think if it wasn't so far from now that he'd probably feel a little bit better about it. But it is, we can't do anything about that.
I know it's very frustrating, and I know he's
Yes.
upset about it, but I hope
Yeah.
he looks at the brighter picture of this,
Right.
that maybe something can be done as far as the contempt. I mean,
Hmm.
we've got to look at that. We can look
Yeah.
at, we have a lot more evidence than there was prior to.
Oh, most definitely.
I know that he looks at things a little bit differently, but
Yeah.
um
Yeah. And, Maria was like, okay, I just have to be quiet until June 7th. I just have to be quiet until June 7th. But now it's August 30th. I don't know if she's
mhm.
going to be able to stay off YouTube that long,
No, no.
you know?
Well, and I mean, I turned over stuff that shows
Exactly,
the group
JJ.
chat where it says that, like, no, you need to keep this off your channel. I'll do it, like,
Right.
so they're aware of what's happening.
And that's good
So,
that they are aware of what's happening. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah,
And
because
he
that's
mentions of
not
guns.
right.
Yes, I did mention the guns, and I was asked about the guns as well. So, yeah. And I turned over proof a few different ways about the guns not being turned over.
I was asked about them too in my testimony in February. If I have ever seen any proof with my own eyes that she had these guns. I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so it's been a hot topic.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things could happen between now and August 30th.
Yeah, it's a long time to
But
wait. It's crazy. I know. My husband's
mhm.
even like shaking his head, like, God damn, August 30th, really?
Yeah.
He's like, let's get this shit over with already. So
Right.
everybody is waiting on this to be finished. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy, right? Yeah.
I mean, if she gets some sort of contempt, that is not going to look good.
No, no, not at all. Mayday, Mayday says, I can't believe the judge just let so many contempt charges go through her hands.
Well, I don't think she knew about it, because until today there
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 was me
wasn't like,
saying, yes, I know she
right,
has these guns, but there was not any proof
right.
until these group messages of Maria saying, the gun thing.
And I'm not entirely sure that these group chats would have been admissible without me saying that I was in this group chat and providing because I provided the entire group chat.
Right.
Because if Maria didn't provide it all herself, I mean, a lot of it could come as they could object as hearsay.
Come on, let's go potty. Come on. Right, exactly. Exactly.
So
That's
hopefully, if
why I'm
anything,
glad
yeah.
that was turned over.
Mm-hmm.
Go potty.
And I think that providing proof that she was evading as well.
Yeah.
And I said that this was back in October, so
Let's see. Mayday
yeah, I
says,
think
well, she evaded. She recorded the hearing, the pew-pews, and her constant talking on him. What will the judge do about her violating the current order? He's tried everything he's tried everything to violate her. Don't know.
yeah.
That should make them admissible since they are your DMs too, right?
Yes, because they came
I think
from me.
so. Yeah.
And I testified about them, so
Right. Let's see. Stephen says, it makes me wonder. I think that the judge might be aware that John is the John Yates. That could cause them to be extra cautious to get it right, in my opinion. I mean, yes, but I don't know. I don't know if she what her knowledge is on 90 Day Fiance either. So I don't know.
yeah, he was interested in um like the money that was raised for um when John was committed that one time. Like, I don't know how much money was raised, and to be honest, I don't know who started that.
Right.
I said I don't know if it was Brooke, if it was uh drop the mic. I don't, because I honestly don't know.
I don't
Um
remember either.
and then he also her that this was her attorney asking me. And let's see, he asked me um about, I think, her attorney asked me if I would be concerned with my safety, and I'm like, you know, well, yeah, I mean, she's already doing all this stuff.
Right.
And then he asked me about her attorney asked me if I knew about John making a welfare check call to Maria on,
Mm-hmm.
and to be honest, I feel like maybe remember it, but then I don't know if it was Maria calling him or him calling her.
Right.
And on the spot, I couldn't remember which one of them, if it was both, one of them, which one it was, um, without actually without actually looking it up.
Right. Now I know that she has done several welfare checks on him, but him doing welfare checks on her, I don't remember any right off. Hi, Addie.
Yeah, because
Susie
the only one
says,
I could remember is the bomb thing.
right.
But I think that she called because I thought he had the police come to his house for that.
I think so too.
But
Susie says, I think it's probably because in general, cyber stalking is a newer charge and she may want to get it right so it sets a precedent. And Addie
yeah,
says that
there
she
is a new
feels the same
Florida
way.
statute that has cyber stalking as a criminal code.
Mm-hmm.
I already did my research on that.
Hi, my Addie.
But um when her attorney asked me about the welfare check call and if I know why, and I'm like, well, if he did do a welfare check call, it was probably warranted. She probably needed it.
Right. Geneva wants to know if you know the date.
Date of what?
Date of what? The date of which thing? Geneva says, Rakin, can I DM you something or email it?
Yeah, either one. It's, I mean, both of my, all of my social media is, um, the I'm fucking raking, and my email is the same.
Okay, cool.
I can always put it in chat if you want me to.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
shoot. I
both
forgot
have,
that on
Anna Maria
StreamYard.
both have threatened you at some point in time.
Yeah, I said that. Like, they're still on her channel. The day of the, do I know the date of the call? No.
You know, whatever says it's crazy how long this is taking. Would it be the same if she lived in New Jersey? Or is this because they live in different states? It's ridiculous. I would say it's because they're so far apart in states. I mean, that's just my guess. That's
Yeah, I
why
don't
it's
know
not taken so
what's taking so
seriously,
long.
but it should be taken seriously either way. S.C. Johnson says, did y'all tell him how he's constantly getting deliveries and welfare checks?
I did mention the um pizzas. I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned the police. Let's see, I mentioned um pizzas, the welfare checks. I think I forgot the spoof calls though. But yeah, I think I forgot the spoof calls.
Susie
And
says he
yeah.
did one where he couldn't get through to the police, kept telling him the Seaside police had to call them, so no welfare check was ever made.
Okay. Typically when you're testifying, you
You can't
can't
say
look at your
anything unless you're answering a question.
right, and it has to be specific to that. And usually you're not allowed to look at your notes unless you ask if you're allowed to look at your notes. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times they want a copy of your notes, or um, they want to enter it into evidence or things like. So I didn't have any notes at all. I was totally going
Neither
off
did
of
I, yeah.
memory.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't answer like quick enough, her attorney would try to object that I didn't have an answer, which whatever. But on the spot, you're like, okay, we've gone over so many messages. Was it her that said it was? And I just didn't want to give the wrong answer. So there were quite a few that I just wasn't sure.
Right.
So
Say it says, did you let them know your child as a minor was posted on their community tab?
yeah, I did. I said she posted them twice. Yep.
Let's see, can you confirm if he let them know he might need to visit Florida soon for his mother-in-law? No idea, say it. No idea. I'm not even sure what their plans are as of right this minute on going. I know they need to, but I don't know if they're in the planning stages of going down there. So, no idea. Yep.
Yeah,
Addie
I mean,
says,
I could see Maria and John, but neither of them talked.
right. Addie says notes have to be entered into the record, yet not even you're not even allowed to have anything else open during a Zoom call. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we were like we're going straight on memory. And you
Mm-hmm.
guys know how much happens in a day, in a week, in a month in YouTube time. So
Yeah, and I didn't even bother taking notes because of that. I'd
Mert,
rather.
I'm pretty sure that John's lawyer knows Maria's, thing is to try and get an RO on somebody to try and shut them up about her. And she's
Hmm.
had more than a few on people, or tried to get more than a few on people. I'm sure John's lawyer does know that.
Yeah, I think that um they would know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but I also let them know that Maria posted after she was served with John's TPO in the group chat, and then she also emailed it out to the people in the group chat
Hmm.
as well. So, but
With so many
oof.
messages, how could you possibly remember them all? I know it's crazy. Thank you, JG, for the
Yeah,
99.
and with so many people in there, I was
Yes.
like, was it,
Yeah.
who was it? That said it.
Yeah.
Oh,
JJ
JJ.
says, no matter what has happened, thank you, Rakin. Thank you for doing the right thing. It's evident these women will endlessly come for you, and you are a whistleblower anyway. That matters and shouldn't go unnoticed. And I totally agree. And
Thank you, JJ.
yeah,
I
yeah. And
appreciate that.
I've told Rakin too in messages and stuff like you're doing the right thing. You're doing good, just trying to reassure her because could you guys imagine putting yourself in Rakin's shoes, being the quote unquote whistleblower, being the one to out all of these things and know that you've said some bad things about people yourself, and that's also going to show up in these messages and having people upset with you and mad. It's just, I'm sure it's a lot for Rakin to
Yeah,
handle, but she's
it's not
handling it.
easy to
Hmm.
sit up there, and but I'm not going to deny anything. I'm going to take accountability for it.
Right.
But at the same time, like I can't remember everything I've said. So when we're going, and
Hmm.
no, I have not read through all this. There's thousands of pages. But at
Yes,
least
there
I'm
is.
sitting up there and
Hmm.
going over them with him. So, and it's not easy because look at who I'm going up against basically.
Right.
And look at what they've done as a result.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're brave for sitting up there with John, going through these messages and taking all the heat and the hate that you are taking, but you're doing good. And people might not like me saying this, and I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. This is how I feel. Oh,
I
look at her
appreciate that.
pampering Rakin's ass up there. Fuck y'all.
No, I don't feel that you are.
Fuck y'all.
That's funny. No, I appreciate that.
You're doing the right thing, and we are proud of you, says Susie.
Thank you. Yeah, it hasn't been an easy road for me, but
No, no, I'm sure it hasn't. I'm sure it hasn't.
I I do feel better that's all. I've done that part so far. And if I need to be recalled, I'll do it again. And if Siwa needs me,
Hmm.
I'll be there for that too.
Geneva said there needs to be someone listening to the messages and taking notes, like minutes, so they can be referenced if needed.
Yeah. Well, I
I know
started
you know
taking notes,
whatever.
but
Yeah,
I got a late start on taking notes about it. But
right.
yeah.
It was kind of an afterthought in the beginning.
Yeah.
I know whatever. Whatever says it's not pampering, it's giving credit where it's deserved. I know, but you know how people are.
Yeah, people.
And Brooks Nose says, sorry, been listening but couldn't chat. Rakin, you're awesome and we're very proud of you.
Thank you, Brooks
So
Nose.
it,
I appreciate that.
it might look and feel like you have all this hate coming at you, but you actually have more support than hate. So know that.
Oh, I hope so. I've gotten quite a bit of backlash, so
And the hate always speaks louder than kindness any day.
unfortunately, that's very true.
Hmm. I think the contempt issue irked the judge, in my opinion. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it.
Yeah. JJ says, I
I
didn't even like John prior to all of this, but these bitches are insane and needs to stop. John isn't a bad guy, and after seeing everything, I hate how he's been painted. It's so wrong. It is. It is. And, a lot of you being in my chat and me being friends with John for as long as I have been, and you guys have gotten to know him and you started going into his chats or at least listening from the bushes, and you realize, just like you've realized with me and now Rakin, we're not these horrible people that we're painted out to be.
there's definitely a point that I was hell on wheels, but
This is true. But at this point in time,
no, I'm not that person anymore.
right. Let's see.
So
Whatever says, I'm proud of you both. You both deserve a round of applause for being there for John when he's needed it the most. And that's just what friends do. That's what friends
yeah.
do. Oh, Addie. It's nice, isn't it? For other people to get to know the John that me and Addie know and all his other longtime supporters know. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
S.C. Johnson says, I'm glad you're there for John Reagan. John really needs all the support he can get. This would be a trying time for anybody. It's been ridiculous year of chaos. It has, and it's only June. It's only June.
I couldn't imagine being in his shoes with these continuances all the time.
No, no.
I would be upset. They ask about the metadata of the messages. Um, no, they didn't ask about that. And um, did Maria? I don't think she provided them with
I
any of
don't
that.
think she would have. Right,
I
Kendra?
mean,
Yeah,
they
you
only tried to.
kind of
They her attorney tried to present two screenshot. Oh no, wait. He tried to present one screenshot to me, and then he tried to present it again. Um, the same screenshot of the text message that when he claims that I text her first to talk to her about
right.
John harassing her. And I corrected him that actually my first communication with her via text was her evading. So makes me wonder, like, what did she give him? Because she obviously didn't share with her attorney that she texted me she was evading.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering that myself. Come on, baby. What's the matter?
Because if he's indicating that it was my first communication with her via text, was stating that I felt John was harassing her when it was actually her saying she wasn't opening the door and it was multiple pictures from her camera,
Right.
then I feel like she wasn't forthcoming with her attorney. I don't
It
know. It
doesn't
just
sound
doesn't.
like it.
So,
Yeah. Rakin was a part of the group, so the messages are hers at will. That makes them admissible. Right, say it. She basically played into her own lawyer's hands and had to give him stuff to make her look guilty for,
yeah,
evading and all
I
of
feel
that.
like yeah, like as soon as he asked me that, in my mind, I was like, is he stupid? Like, why is he asking me this?
Yep.
Like, what a dumb question. But I mean, maybe it's not his fault. Maybe he really had no idea. I don't know, but he set himself up for the wrong answer.
Well, the more that somebody talks to a lawyer and has the lawyer look at paperwork and things on that's more money that you have to pay them. So maybe she's like doing the least amount possible, which is a big mistake on her part. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was like,
MW says, did she really think you weren't going to bring up the evading?
I don't know
Right, Geneva.
what they were thinking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that she's being completely truthful either.
No.
I managed to slip in there when we were talking about the guns,
Mm-hmm.
and before he objected to it, I managed to slip in there that I was like, I don't even know if her husband actually really knows what she does.
Right. No, it's not, none of this is shocking at all, is it, guys? Can she be arrested for lying to the sheriff when she was served, denying she had the guns? She lied, correct, to the police. Yes, she did. Told him
Yeah,
that
she
she
lied to
didn't have
them.
any. Hmm.
I mean, if I was her and the judge isn't happy about her taking pictures during the proceedings,
Hmm.
and there's proof that she
Evaded.
was talking about she evaded service, um and she still there was multiple messages talking about her having the guns.
Hmm.
And I mean, even Anne, one of the witnesses, is saying that she doesn't want Carlos to lose his guns,
Right.
um if I was in Maria's position, I would be looking over my shoulder all the time because I'd be afraid that I'd be getting locked up.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Let's see. Geneva says that this is all still so mind blowing to me. I know I was a part of the fuck shit back in the day. I know I was wrong and regret it immensely. I had no idea was John was going through so much. It's part one of two. You know whatever says, so he goes to his local department, they tell her department, and they go pick her up. Listen, if I wish things were that easy. In theory, yeah, it sounds like a great plan. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I really think that John needs to talk to his attorney. I mean, of course, anytime you have to talk to your attorney, it costs more money. But I do think that he needs to talk to him about pushing forward with um, looking into getting her
Contempt?
on. Well,
Or
with
is
either
that something
speaking
that
with the judge about the
Congress has to do
contempt
itself? Mhm.
or all these violations.
All of it. Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of proof of her violating, but I didn't realize that there would be the interest with intimidating witnesses. That was interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I'll be fascinated to see what happens as far as attempting to intimidate witnesses from now until the
Like
next
August
hearing.
30th. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Geneva says, the last of her message says, I had no idea John was going through so much. Even back then, I had no idea how much they were doing to him. It's beyond disgusting. I see John completely differently now, and I will give him whatever he needs to get vindication. Thank you,
Yeah.
Geneva.
If I wasn't in that group chat, I would have had a harder time believing it because it took me seeing it, you know?
Right.
Because they're very much different on YouTube than they are in those group
They
chats.
are. They are. They're very convincing when the cameras are on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, JJ,
But I
I
mean,
dropped you.
even still, they're not owning up to anything they've said or done in there.
Right. Right.
Hey, JJ. Oh, did you send? Do you want me to send JJ
JJ.
the link?
Yeah.
You want me to
Yeah,
send
she
it to
wants
her?
to come up. Maybe Ray can come up on panels.
Oh, you sent it.
Let's see. So can I come up for a few minutes? If not, no biggie. Maybe Ray can come up on panel so that I can say what I want to say. Okay, come on up. Come on up. We're here. We're here. Let's see. I know, Sly. I know. We've all been screaming witness intimidation, witness tampering, all of the things since what, December, January,
Mm-hmm.
February, like months. And her mom
Yeah.
friends posting degrading pics. Yeah, that too. Hey, friend.
Hey, hey,
Hi.
Hey, JJ.
ladies. What's going on? I don't think I've ever actually spoken to Rakin. I think it's always been like DM. So, hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
But I just wanted to say, it's, we've been around each other for 5.5, 6 years, somewhere around there. Who knows? Whatever. But I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for doing the right thing. And, it doesn't make you an evil person for showing what people were willing to do to one person to destroy him. Like I
Yeah.
had no idea how far that they would go. None. I really, because that's, when you're a normal person and you don't do these things, you don't think that it's like, I don't know, all the scheming, plotting, all that stuff is just so nasty. And I think John would have had a tougher time, although I still believe he has a very strong case. But I think it's even stronger with you coming forward. And it takes people like this. And I know, Ray, like, you're getting a lot of shit. You could have stayed comfy in that group of people and not had anybody coming at you. But
Right.
instead, you decided to do what is right. And I don't think enough of us stop and appreciate the people who do that in life. It's almost like we give more attention to those that don't. And so I just wanted to come up and say thank you, for doing that. It has nothing to do with me, but I still, if you're going to do the right thing, I'm all for that. And I want to support it.
Thank you so much.
You're
That
welcome,
that
sweetheart.
means that means a lot to me. It really does.
Well, you're welcome. And, I've told you myself, that in messages, you're a much better good guy because you are.
Yeah, you have.
You're a much better good guy. And I love it. And, I hope that it stays this way. I do.
It will.
really come to appreciate, you're smart, you're smart, and your intelligence can be used for so much good instead of, these
Yeah.
bullshit people trying to get over on somebody else. It's
Right.
gross.
Yeah, it is. And I never plan to ever go back to that person. Ever. No. Mm-mm.
It's crazy. It's crazy, right? Like we've been in the kind of like the same circles, but not the same circles for a number of years. And I always knew you as somebody who was very smart, somebody who can get information. You know a lot about the law and all, but I also knew that, oh my God, if it were to get into the wrong hands, that could be dangerous, And
Mm-hmm.
I think that Maria and Brooke and all of them, they wanted to use you for bad, not for good. They wanted to screw over John,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe get a little of his attention. I
Yeah.
I really don't, I don't get it. I don't know, maybe it's almost like a scorned woman, except they know that it wasn't romantic. It's so weird, but it almost seems that way. And I feel bad for him. I do, because now he's almost paranoid. Like, who do I have on panel? Who do I not? Who can I have in chat? Who can I not? Like, a lot of us feel that way, and it's just gonna take somebody to say, "Fuck it. I'm gonna have who I want to be here, and if you don't like it, you can either block them or leave." And I
Yeah.
hope that is something that continues, throughout this community and several others. And I just wanted to come up and thank you, because you didn't have to do, any of this, any of it.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, it means more than I can even say. It just, even, I don't know, it's just gonna make me cry because
No, I
I've
get it.
taken such a beating, and
You
not
have.
only that, but my family, and they're just relentless, and the shit they say is just horrific. So it means a lot to me. It really does, because I've been trying. I really have. And
I
for
think you
someone to see that, it it means the world to me.
a lot of us see it. A lot of us. It's not
Yeah,
just me. I'm up
exactly.
here saying what a lot of us feel, based on things that I've been told. And, you know, people tell me things in the community. Like, I'll get random DMs, and I'm like, okay, and they just, I think it's because they know that I'm not going to expose that. And it's meant for
Mm-hmm.
good. It's not meant for mean or horrible or whatever. And a lot of people, a lot, trust me,
Mm-hmm.
even though a lot, and there's more than that even tell me, because they tell the people who tell me. So there are a lot of people that really appreciate that you've decided to do what you have for good, because a lot of us wouldn't have known. And I know there are some that don't appreciate the messages being read, and that's okay, and they don't have to listen to them. If it affected me that bad, I wouldn't want to listen to it either. But a lot of
Mm-hmm.
us that are in those messages deserve to hear where it came from, and where it
Yeah.
originated from, because we've wondered, like, where the hell,
Right.
where did this come from? So you've answered a lot for us. And I just want to come up here and say I appreciate you. And I know that from everybody else who has DM'd me, and a lot of people in my chats and stuff. And I don't even go live very often, but I say I'm a big mouth, but really, if somebody tells me to keep something in confidence, I would, or even if they don't say, to keep something in confidence, I wouldn't repeat it unless they give me permission to do that. Excuse me. Yeah.
Well,
So
I hope that you continue to keep going live because
thank
you've
you.
been doing a really good job.
Thank you. I am. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna set it either tonight or in the morning.
Good.
Another live. So
Yeah,
yeah, and
good.
it's gonna be not about me this time. You know, obviously the last live I was very upset, and it was very much so geared towards Jules, and I made that clear. You
You
know,
had
Mm-hmm.
and
every right to be upset.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was. I can't even tell you that was so hard. I don't think I've ever been like smacked like that in the virtual face like I was, with that happening. But it happened, and I will learn from it and I will do better. And, hopefully when I go live again, I will, and I take constructive criticism very, very well. I want constructive criticism. And for me, I need to pay more attention to my chat than just, I'm so focused on not wanting to lose what I'm wanting to say than I am
Right.
on the chat. And I need to be more careful with that. So I'm going to try to do better. That's all I can promise y'all. I'm going to try.
No, you've been doing great, and I think that people appreciate having um you speak up for subs and giving subs a safe space to talk about things like that you're discussing, because you're saying a lot of things that um many of the subs I see around wanna hear.
Yeah, and that's where it comes from. It actually comes from subs DMing me randomly, even subs I don't talk to regularly, whatever. They're just, I feel this about this. And I'm like, oh, well, what do I do with this information? What do I do with it? I could go to each creator individually, but then I'm the bad guy. And I'm a sub
Mm-hmm.
too. I'm not really a creator. I don't view myself as a creator. However, going forward, I really do. I want to do so much more about the subs and how they feel about things because I think it will help creators that are willing to listen.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
guys, I want to, like I've been saying, I want to listen. I want to hear what you guys have to say because it makes me be a better creator at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? It's going to make you more money. It's going to grow your numbers. It's going to, and that's what it's almost like focus groups, right? Like there's
Right.
a lot of businesses that do that. And this I'm going to try to do not for myself, but for creators and subs. So the creators can hear how the subs feel and
Yep.
the subs can somewhat understand where the creators are coming from on things. So I'm going to try to be neutral, but I am at heart a sub. So
Yeah,
that's
I like
where,
the approach that you're going.
thank you. Thank you. I think it's important.
Yeah.
I think it's needed. And yeah, and I
It's
think it's going
different.
to,
I've never seen a channel go that route.
No, it's nice. It's different. I like it.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think it will help all. If you're not a creator that wants to ever hear criticism about yourself or ever hear that you're doing anything bad, you probably don't want to listen, you know? But if
Yeah.
you are a creator that wants to hear what people want or
Hmm.
wants to hear what the majority feel and would like to see, then this, of course,
Mm-hmm.
will be for you too. And I'm not exiling creators out of my chat. Get the fuck out of here with that. I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. I'm not,
It's just
no,
silly.
it's
Someone
silly.
said you should do that?
Yes. Yeah. Jules
Oh.
actually said that if I wanted to do that kind of thing, I need to not allow creators in the chat. But why? If they're not being disruptive or they're asking questions and genuinely
Yeah.
engaging,
Right.
I don't understand what the problem is in that. I just don't. And so therefore, I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah. You know,
Is
and
what it
nobody
is.
wants to hear criticism by any means, but I think that if you were trying to do better for your own channel, you know, as long as it's respectful, it can help you.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Absolutely, because like I said, even like therapists, right? Like therapists have therapists. It's just the way it is. That is the way it is. And I'm the same way, I coach in business, but I also have a business coach to keep me in check because we're humans and we can deviate and we could get comfortable in a certain position and we don't want to hear anything else. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's not good for growth. And that was my only point. That was the only thing I ever tried to say. I never tried to hurt Jules ever. I mean, everybody knows how much of a supporter I was of hers. Everybody knows that. So
Yeah,
it's,
you were.
and I think that a lot of people took offense for me. And as much as I appreciate that, rather than them being against me, it it was so like organic. Like I actually felt hurt that
Yeah,
Oh, I could hear it in your voice.
somebody
It was heartbreaking.
chose. Oh yeah, and it's not like the next day I woke up and I'm like, yay, I'm okay, guys. Like no, that
Mm-hmm.
it takes time, but I, like I said, I'm also not somebody that has terribly low self-esteem to where I'll let someone treat me like that and it be okay. Because it's not
Mm-hmm.
okay. And I hope that anyone listening right now, if anybody treats you that way, no, you are worth more. You are worth more. And stand in that and don't beg anybody to be your friend. Don't.
exactly.
Right.
Amen.
Yep.
Amen. You don't
Yeah.
need friends that bad.
Mm-mm. No, not those kind of friends, because they'll turn on you in a dime, obviously. Right, like
Obviously.
they will. And and again, relationships, and I know that there is a parasocial relationship aspect to a lot that goes on with creators. I'm not stupid, I'm well aware of that. But when you've been someone who has stuck through even the hard times, even being
Yeah.
trashed yourself for someone else, maybe they would at least ask for proof or not believe it or whatever, before just assuming and going off the wall. And I just hope, I'm telling y'all, every single person, everybody, even Jules, everybody is worthy of what they want and
Mm-hmm.
what they expect from friends. And I don't want to be someone who gives 99% and have a friend that gives 1% back. That's exhausting. That's high
Right. Yeah.
maintenance friendship and it's not fun. It's exhausting. That is the quintessential walking on eggshells.
Yep.
Nobody wants that.
And it's
Nobody needs
disrespectful.
that. It is. It is. You're right.
Yeah.
100%. So anyway, I just wanted to come up and say that I'm just so. It sounds so stupid to say like I'm proud of you. Like we're all
No.
adults. Like I say that to my kids. I'm proud of you. You got like a 99 on a test or whatever. But honestly, I really am because it takes a lot to do what you did, and I appreciate it from the aspect of even if I couldn't stand John, I appreciate it from the aspect of you doing the right thing. So
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very
And that's
much.
all I
Yeah.
wanted to say. But I love you, Sophie, and thank you so much,
Love you
Rakin,
too,
for allowing
friend.
me to speak
You're
too.
welcome
So,
anytime
and
you want to
I
come up, you
I
can.
also do not think, let me real quick, I don't think that you did anything wrong with needing to rehome Lizzie. Everybody, I mean, gosh, oh my God, really? Like, we cannot be doing that, because if a dog is not a right fit for a
Yep.
home, the best thing you can do is to rehome them with someone that you know that will take care of them. So
Yeah,
I think it's ridiculous to consider you like you're getting rid of one to get another. No, they're
insanity.
just
No.
it's insanity. There are some that just do not mix with the family and the other animals, and it is what it is. So you want to put them somewhere where they can
Yeah.
be
And
happy.
that's exactly it. I mean, my cats were hiding. My cats hid for close to a year because this dog was here. She
Yeah, and
was
that's not really fair.
no, it's not fair. Those cats were here years before she come in, you know, and
Yeah,
she was constantly bullying Piper and knocking her over. And an 8-pound Yorkie versus a 65-pound English Bulldog. Who do you think's going to win?
okay, well, for example, okay, I listen to a lot of like child abuse. I probably shouldn't say that word on here right now, but
That's
you
right.
know what I mean. I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of that on streams and like foster care, and because that's something that really, really interests me. I have a adopted child from the second she was born in our
Mhm.
family, and so
That's
that kind
sweet.
of stuff really interests me, and it bothers me a lot, that anybody that would, I mean, there are human beings, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that get told to the foster care program, this child is not a good fit for my family. And we're
Mhm.
talking about humans, okay? So if a dog and you tried for a year does not fit into your family.
Oh,
No, exactly. Oh, she dropped. And
yep.
exactly. And my home is not actually, again, assumptions. My home is not the only home that that dog has ever known. She had a whole nother home for close to 8 months of her life before I got her.
Well,
So,
and not only that, but by doing that, she got to live.
yeah. Yes, and on top of that, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. I could not, and my husband the same, could not put that animal down. We couldn't do
Mm-hmm.
it. He has seen his dad do it, him growing up. He's seen his grandpa
Oh,
do it,
trust me, I've seen it
and,
too.
and he didn't want to have to do that because we care for that
Yeah.
animal. We care for her.
Mm-hmm.
We found her a better home, a better fit than us, than being put to
You did the
sleep.
right thing by that.
I think so. I think so.
And especially, if she, you know, if you would have taken her someplace and,
Yeah.
they knew that she bit someone.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And this man that has her has already had and raised until old age and death an English bulldog. So he knows how to handle them better than me being alone with this animal all day long. So everybody can fuck off with their
Yeah.
judgment on me. I don't care. I don't care. Dang it, my internet dropped.
Well, we don't make judgment when someone can't pick up, their animals because
Right,
for
yeah.
whatever reason. You
For
know?
whatever reason. Susie,
Yeah.
she came at me to bite me, and my husband got in the way, and she bit my husband on the hand instead. Thank you, Broke, for gifting 10 memberships. Let's see who won.
That was so nice of you, Broke Nose.
Mar, Lainey Lynn, Bridget Lynn, Abby Me, Lisa Ann, TTG, Hey There Everywhere, Miss Lisa, and Janet. Congratulations, guys, and thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. But yeah, she bit my husband, and it became more of a safety issue than any of the other reasons that were building up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Barbie. For fuck's sake, it's not like you drove him down a gravel road and just left her on the side of the road. Exactly. Exactly. But that's how these people want to make it out to be. But it's whatever. It's whatever. I can pick up my cat without them scratching me to death. So there's that.
Okay, you got what I was going at.
I did,
That's too
ma'am.
funny.
Yes, I did.
Okay. I was like,
All
how
right,
am I
well,
gonna word this?
with that being
So funny.
said,
Yes.
with that being said, I think we're going to jump off of here. We're right at 2 hours. If nobody has
I
any
just
more
saw that.
questions for Rakin or myself, we're going to go ahead and jump off of here. Rakin's had a quite busy, hectic day
Oh
today.
man, I've been up so early.
Yeah, and you were up way earlier than usual as well.
Yeah, I'm in different time zone too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So we'll give everybody a second and see if there's any more questions. It's not fair to paint you as someone who would harm an animal. Exactly. Because that's not who I am at all. At all. No one should ever make you feel uncomfortable in your own thoughts. And if someone is making you feel that way, they never really cared about you in the beginning. Believe in yourself. That's right, S.C. Johnson. That's right. And JJ, drop your link. Can somebody drop Josh's link? Josh is going to go live sometime today. So drop his link too. Thank you, Lance. Yeah, Susie, I think that it was just like a dominance thing. You know, it was me and her here all day long by ourselves, and she didn't want me telling her what to do. I mean, that's how I felt about it. Because that's the only time it would happen is when I tried to get her to do something. So
That breed is so cute, but I just don't know much
I
about them.
I know.
They're so cute though.
And I wish I would have known more, and it's my bad. I wish I would have known more. I got her not long, of course, Josh, of course, not long after Sophie passed, and I was still heartbroken, and somebody offered me this dog, and I was like, yeah, sure. Have a bulldog, they
That's cute
say.
though.
It'll be fun, they say.
At least she's in the family, so if you wanted to
Yes,
see her.
exactly. So we can see her anytime we want to,
Yeah.
and we get pictures and all that good stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty Bird, his name that you see there, the Josh C show, Josh S show, the Josh C show. It's his name.
Oh, that's a tongue twister.
It is. Sophie isn't an animal person. She could have found a way to keep Lizzie. She would have exactly because I did the training with her. I did everything that I possibly could. Thank you, Black Swan. Yes. JJ will be live. What'd you say, 7?
Is that
Or
in
did
the
you
next few
change it?
days.
In the next few days. I thought she was going live at 7 this evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Brooks Nose, for saying that. And I'm proud of Sophie too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. I will see you in the next couple days. How dare I possibly go live on a Saturday?
Right? I
Dare
better
I?
make sure I write this down in case, I ever have to answer that question in a court of law.
All right, guys. Thank you, Rakin, for coming up and hanging out.
Yep,
Answering
you're
questions.
welcome. Thanks for having me. And I'll see you guys later.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.